Hello Math 7 students, we're going to start with Chapter 6, Lesson 3 notes. This is found on textbook pages 457 to 460. Make sure you have your notes template in front of you. Jumping in, we're looking at equations this time with decimals and fractions. For example 1, we've got negative 0.4 times x equals 12. So again, our goal is to find the replacement for the variable that makes the statement true. And in order to do that, we need to get x alone on the left side of the equal sign. So we need to undo the multiplication in between negative 0.4 and x. In order to do that, we're going to divide both sides by negative 0.4 because division is the inverse operation of multiplication. This 0.4 over 0.4 is just a fancy way of saying it's going to cancel to be 1. You've got x equal to, and 12 divided by negative 0.4 is negative 30. We're going to put that in set braces, and we're going to do a check. My original is negative 0.4x equals 12. Second line of the check should be the plug-in what you got, negative 30. And then multiply in your calculators, negative 0.4 times negative 30 is 12, and 12 equals 12. For example 2, we've got 3/4 times x equals 12 over 20. Before I start this, I'm going to reduce 12 over 20. You'll notice these both have a factor of 4 in common, so we can reduce them by dividing them each by 4. And if I do that, I'm going to simplify that fraction into 3/5. So now that that's cleaned up a little bit, I want to undo the multiplication that's in between the 3/4 and the x. There's two ways to do this. You can divide, which is the inverse operation of multiplication, which is in between these two. You can divide by 3/4. That's the method most students go for. You have fraction capabilities on your calculator, so this is just simply plugging and chugging in the calculator. The other way you could get rid of the 3/4, and I'm going to do it to the side, is you could also multiply by the reciprocal, because you know when you multiply by reciprocals, the product is 1. So you could also multiply by 4/3 on both sides, which is the reciprocal of 3/4. Most students prefer division, so we'll just go with that. If I divide 3/4 by itself, I just get 1. So these cancel out, this side just becomes x. And 3/5 divided by 3/4, in your calculator, the way you want to type this in is you want to find your fraction button, 3, and most of you have like a ABC button that looks like this, or a B over C button, or an N over D button, or a frac button, or any of the buttons that help you get the fraction bar. If you're using one of mine, it's the little slanty towards the top. So you type in 3 fraction bar 5, then the division sign, and then you'll type in 3 fraction bar 3/4. 4. And then hit enter. So you should be getting an answer of 4/5 or 0.8. Sometimes your calculators will spit out answers in decimals. So 4/5 is your replacement for x, and we'll do the check over to the side. For the check, you want to go back to the original. 3/4 equals 12/20. And you're going to plug in what you got. You got 4/5. So 3/4 times 4/5 equals 12 over 20. And you can see probably visually just in your head, 12 over 20 equals 12 over 20. If you type it in your calculator, chances are your calculators will reduce to 12/20 as that 3/5 that we got earlier. So there's a chance you might be getting 3/5 equals 3/5, which is also correct. For example 3, we have negative 7/9 times x equals 5. Again, there's two ways you can do this. You can divide by negative 7/9 on both sides, or you could also multiply by the reciprocal, which would be negative 9/7. I'm going to show the division. So negative 7/9 divided by negative 7/9 is going to be just x, and 5 divided by negative 7/9 Calculator may spit it out one of two ways. It may spit out negative 45 sevenths, which is the improper fraction, or it could also spit out negative 6 and 3/7. That's the mixed number. Either of those are correct. I prefer the improper fraction. I find it easier to plug that into the check. So looking at the check, we're going to take negative 7/9. And we're going to plug in what we got. We got negative 45 sevenths. And when you multiply them using your calculator, it will simplify it for you. If you were to try to do this by hand, remember that you can cross out some common factors on the diagonal. So we've got a pair of 7s that are going to cancel to 1s, and 9 is divisible by 9, and 45 divided by 9 is going to give me 5. So I really just have negative 1 times negative 5 in the numerator, which gives me 5 over 1, or just 5. Now you don't have to do all of the work in blue in this line here, but I'm just trying to show you that you can also check it by hand if you don't have a calculator.